Today we're going to be going over my Wild Sting Season 9 Hunter build in WoW Ascension. And we'll start with the first 4 abilities. Now this is going to be a bit weird because I guess we need more of the starting abilities than we're allowed to get. So you can start with Tame Beast, Aspect of the Hawk, Steady Shot, and Auto Shot. Yeah, they just recently changed it, I think, the Steady Shot to be allowed at level 1. But we also are going to want our Serpent Sting as well, which we're going to take in skill cards instead here. And then we're going to get Chimera Shot for our big shot later. We got Rapid Fire for a bunch of haste. Rampage for some crit for ourselves and our pet. Scorpion Sting is going to let us, I guess, reduce the armor of the target and resistance, and also it'll combo with another talent to give us deadly poisons on top of our instant poisons, so we do have poisons here as well. So you can gamble, for sure. You can just not card these 2 slots here and then hope that you just roll them with extra scrolls so that you could card in something else that you need, like maybe a Rock Biter or any sort of utility like movement ability or whatever else. But this is the guaranteed version, but you can definitely do some gambles on it to, I mean, any of the starting skills besides the pet really and the auto shot. So the other 2 you could kind of just swap them in and out, or just not card anything at all, leave them blank and switch the card later when you hit 60 and just see what you've got between all the skills already and just take what you don't have yet. For talents, this was tough too because it's just kind of, there's a lot you can get, and even there's one here that I didn't end up getting because they just changed it recently as well. So Hydra Sting, they changed recently. It always added the extra targets for your Serpent Sting, so 4 additional enemies get hit, but now it will reduce the cooldown of Rapid Fire every time it procs as well, which is nice. Locust Resurgence, dealing damage with Steady Shot, now reduces the cooldown of Chimera Shot, which is going to help us a lot with this build. Locust Ranger is, we're basically just taking it for the Wild Quiver talent. So now it's going to trigger every time we Steady Shot as well and do more damage. Also, this is our Wild Quiver, which we're going to need to max out at a 3/3. Arcane Arrows is just some free damage on top, because we're going to basically end up with a lot of haste for this build, but we're going to have to roll into it because you can't have everything right away. This will take a few prestiges or a lot of daily rolls at the end to kind of put a lot of the extra talents together, but these are mostly the legendaries and epics. Toxic Surge, so this is what's going to give us toxic ammo, and we're going to have instant poison on our ranged weapon, but it will also apply deadly every time it hits, as long as we have the Sting in our rotation. So whenever we do Scorpion Sting, we're going to get the debuff plus the ability to add deadly poison on top of our instant. Burst Shot's just going to give us some extra free damage as well whenever we use Chimera Shot, and as well as hopefully, yeah, so whenever our Serpent Sting ticks, it might proc it as well, and then it's very likely that you'll end up with Black Arrow as well. Expunge is just going to be some more free AoE damage. Whenever we Chimera Shot something and then we kill it, it'll basically explode nature damage onto the other targets around it. Because we're not going to be doing the Mongoose Bite part of this, we're just going to get the free AoE off of it. So that's all the talents and abilities to start with for now, but you'll see what I got with my Hunter at level 60, besides the Hydra Sting, which I'm still, I think, rolling for, but we'll take a look. So I guess we'll start with the Mystic Enchants first. So I got 3 Improved Sting, 3 Wild Quiver. They're going to increase our chance, so these are pretty important, also they're the main part of our build. Got Serpent Swiftness, it's just some haste for us and our pet. We got Ferocious Inspiration, increasing the damage of our Steady Shot. Then we got Fighter Steady Shot, just giving us more Attack power. I mean, you can put Wizard Steady Shot here if you're having problems with your mana, but I don't really have those problems anymore. You can, I think I can just keep up with potions if I want to, but most fights end before that. Mortal Shots, increasing our critical strike damage bonus. Dual specialization, just depends. So I ended up with 2 one-handed weapons, but I think you can definitely use two-hander instead and get more critical damage bonus. But this is just an easy extra crit since I'm wearing 2. Lethal Shots is just going to increase our crit chance with the ranged weapons. And then I just had an extra slot, I guess, to kind of just put whatever. So I have Powerful Steady Shot. But there's probably lots of different things you can put there. Okay, I guess we can go over what I ended up with for abilities. So I got Divine Shield, that's kind of oh shit button. Demonic Leap and Shimmer are my movement abilities. It's pretty nice. Arcane Bolt's an extra shot that kind of just worked itself in, and it is an aim shot, but it just does decent damage. I can proc the steady shot bonus with the talent there, improve steady shot, and makes it do some decent damage and part of the rotation. Aim shot and aimed explosive shot, I kind of have them as my, this is kind of like my AoE. So you'll see I have like oil dipped arrow, explosive shot, and aim slow shot, because I never got the the multi-hydra sting legendary that we just put in. I'm still trying to roll for it, which would help AoE a lot for this build, but it's mostly single target anyway. I have Freezing Trap for some CC. Counterspell is what I ended up with for an interrupt. Obviously, I don't really, it's kind of huge cooldown, so if I can roll something else, I will probably change it out. We got a Rapid Fire, Flame Beast, and I'm getting Hunter's Mark, which is nice, just some extra attack power. Battle Stance gives us some Armor Pen, so poisons. I did end up with the Slice and Dice ranged combo on this as well, but also you don't have enough slots to put it all in. But if you roll into it, it's kind of nice to just have, we're kind of just looking for haste. So after we set up our original abilities and talents, we're kind of trying to get lots of haste in. I got Rock Biter too for the extra attack power, sort of Aspect of the Hawk. Got a few buffs here actually. So I got Mark of the Wild, Blessing of Might, and Blessing of Kings, and there's our Scorpion Sting to get our poisons going with the Toxic Ammo. I have my own Purify, which is kind of nice if you're doing some kind of raids and stuff like that, but you don't really need it if you're doing Mana Storms, because you get a potion that does the same thing. So Serpent Sting, Steady Shot, Auto Shot. Then we got some damage buffs here. We got Death Wish and Hunger for Blood, which both increase our physical and nature damage as our Rampage. So we ended up with Black Arrow here, which is easy to get, and I kind of put it in as it's kind of part of our rotation as well. And like single target rotation is kind of like 6 shots plus whatever buffs we got going here, and then for AoE it would be, once we get the legendary, it would be these kind of 4 shots here. And then we have also, because of the Chimera, it does the expunging, that will also give us a little bit more AoE as well on top of that. That's not bad. So those are our abilities that I ended up with. For my talents, I ended up with Stormbringer as it's just free nature damage. We got the Locust Ranger, Expunge. Those are Arcane Arrows. We got the Burst Shot, Locust Resurgence. So now I ended up with the Compound Power, so my stay shots give me combo points, and then when I use Slice and Dice, it's giving me ranged attack speed as well now. So it's kind of a lot of extra moves to get, but if you roll enough, you'll eventually run into them. So Slice and Dice, Compound Power, and Compound Speed. I got Musician's Expert. That's also going to increase my shots by 30%. Well, you can change it to be slow shots with more damage, or faster shots. With this build, we're just trying to proc as much damage as possible, so they actually going high velocity munitions is actually good for this build. So if you run into Munitions Expert, it's nice to add it. Naturally Strong is going to give us a nature and physical damage buff which is just free more damage. There's our Toxic Surge. And then we got a bunch of extra crit here. Crit and hit, so Cruelty, Dual Spec, Accuracy, Malice is more crit as well. This is just increasing all damage, that's crit. All damage again. This is our haste and makes our shots cost less. So 10% range speed and 30% off some of our mana on our shots and stings. Lethal shots is increasing our crit and increase the damage done by arcane shots. So our ult tipped arrow is actually arcane shot as well, which is we're just kind of have so many shots all over the place here, but improved stings obviously really good for this build. Mortal shots is going to increase our crit bonus. Range weapon spec here looks like I only got 2 to 3 so far. Still rolling for that. Same as improved aspect of the hawk gives you a nice big haste buff as well. And then I got more crit with conviction, just a straight up damage buff. 5 to 5 with demonic attacks for more crit. Like our crit is huge. And then we got 2 attack bar buffs here. So we got Unleash Rage and Deadliness for some attack power. Ferocious Inspiration is going to give us more damage on our steady shot and increase the damage of all party raid members by 3% if our pet's out. Serpent Swiftness for some more haste. Careful Aim, more attack power. Master Marksman is going to give us more ranged crit. Thrill the Hunt is just going to give us some mana refunding, and also reduce the, I guess it's called refunding it, but reduces the cooldown of our Chimera shots and some of our other shots depending on what we're doing. Exposed Weakness is just going to give us an agility buff. Master Tactician, more crit. So we're like my crit chance is kind of insane right now on this guy. I'll show you in a second. Rapid Killing is going to reduce the cooldown of our rapid fire. Hawkeye, just chance to hit and damage done with auto shot. Honor Among Thieves gives us 3% crit and extra combo points, so we can do 2 steady shots and have 5 combo points to do the full slice and dice. Piercing shots, just a free bleed. Our Wild Quiver, improve steady shot, which is good. Mark for Death, and just more damage with our shots and mark targets because we have Hunter's Mark, so hopefully you can roll into that too. But it's just nice that if you get it, just keep it and wait for you to get Hunter's Mark, or if you're raiding and stuff, other hunters might already have the mark and you don't have to get it. Aspect Mastery gives us more attack power with our Aspect of the Hawk. Logical Stings gives 3% more damage. Cyber Training does more damage with our shots too. Hunting Party, attack power agility. Hunter as well, more attack power. Dark Hunting gives us more damage on targets affected by a Black Arrow, which we have. And then I think I have 2 down here. I was just rolling to get new stuff, or to hopefully upgrade what I already had. Because Unbound Deathbringer is free damage, but it's based on spell power, so we don't have any explosive entrance. We do I do have Blink, so it does work right now, but again, it's just not something I'm really wanting to have. For my gear, I do have a bit more upgrades than on the other builds I've been doing. So like my bow is like a Mythic 22, and I think most of my stuff is higher. Yeah, Mythic 5, a lot of it. Some of it's Mythic 13. But I'm wearing 3-piece Giant Stalker and 4-piece Beast Stalker for a nice little, upgrade on my rapid fire for 5 more seconds, and then we get the free extra attacks from the Beast Stalkers. We can upgrade that. And then my combo with the Dalrens. I have agility on them as extra, and then we're going to put our poison on our range weapon, and then you can double Rock Biter, or if you have a 2-hander, you can just do a single Rock Biter to get the buff. Also, rapid fire will come back a lot quicker if you have the legendary Hydra Serpent Sting there. But I should be able to show basic. This is obviously going to do decent. I should be able to run over 10k with this. Here, I'll buff myself. And food. Get our mana back. You can see it's all the stuff is kind of condensed in now. I don't think I'm even going to use half the mana bar right now, but might as well go for a full rotation. I'll probably start with Scorpion Sting on this. Oh, Hunter's Mark first, and then we'll go in. And get the dots going.
I can't do that yet.
Pretty steady shot already. I like to just spam all these and then just gun it. And whenever Chimera shot comes up, you just kind of press it again. The sting will keep refreshing itself whenever we Chimera shot, and then all we have to really do after that, make sure that we get our improved steady proc, and then fire our arcane bullets, and then keep up our Scorpion Sting and our Black Arrow when they come up as well. You can see here I'm already doing like this discrepancy also in the I'm doing 15k on Skada and 14k on Recount. I don't know, they don't seem to match up. I'm keeping all the poisons up as well. Now, if I had the legendary, my rapid fire would be probably getting close to refreshing already, but hopefully I'll roll into it. But without rapid fire, I guess you're more looking around 14k we're doing around. It's still pretty good. I'm liking this build a lot compared to... I've tried a lot of different Hunters builds this season, and they all kind of crapped out with the changes to like mental dexterity and trying to convert spell power as a Hunter now. It's really hard to do a lot of those builds. And any of the Beast Master or pet builds seem to kind of be a struggle as well. But I do have a pet build that isn't bad that I will be showing you guys later. Oh, somewhere poisons fell off there. And we haven't even been slice and dicing.
Not ready yet.
More haste. Forgot, so you can forget I even had I even had it. You're like, why aren't you using the combo points? Guess we would have done even more damage.
That's still recharging.
Let's see if I can go back to get back up on 14k by just shooting.
That spell isn't ready yet.
No problem. Or
I can't do that.
slice and dice. I guess you can put in some improved slice and dice instead of some of those other mythic enchants too, to not have to shoot it as much or worry, because then it'll extend it.
I can't do that yet.
Hard to know when the poison's going to fall off as well.
I can't do that yet.
I'm easily able to get back up to 14k here. Will it fall off again? I don't think so.
That's still recharging. Not ready yet. That ability isn't ready
Struggling?
yet.
On 13.5 now?
That spell isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
I think you can get it to juice too when you, if you resting after you do all the buffs first, it'll carry that higher powered sting for a lot longer. But I think our sting fell off and just screwed up our rotation. Get it in there, Delta. I can see our Wild Quiver shot is doing our most damage. And then we got Steady Shot and Auto Shot, so those are like our main damage. Everything else is just kind of stacking for extra with the poisons and procs and everything else. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the build. Just gotta pay more attention when you're doing it, because the slice and dice and Scorpion Sting and the Black Arrow can fall off and reduce your damage. Also, you don't need the arcane bullet. It's just a nice extra shot to have, and it's pretty easy. It rolls in a lot of the time when you have auto shot. So that's the Hunter build. It's definitely a ton of rolls or prestiges to get to where it needs to be, but with the basic stuff, it's still a pretty decent build. And hope you guys enjoy this video, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone who made it to the end of the video. This is LaserPenguinGames, reminding you to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. And if you're looking for even more content, check out my Patreon here, where I post exclusive video content every month, and you'll have access to all of that.